The sun was just rising over the distant planet Xiron, casting a soft green glow across the sleek towers of the human embassy. Commander Alex Rivers stood at the observation deck, looking out at the alien city below. It was unlike anything he had ever seen. Floating platforms, glimmering towers, and strange creatures moving gracefully in the morning light. Humans had only been on Xiron for a few months, but already the planet's mysteries seemed endless. "Commander Rivers," voice called from behind. It was Lieutenant Mara Kim, Alex's second-in-command. "The Xyronian delegation has arrived early today. The Queen requests your presence immediately." Alex straightened, feeling a mix of excitement and unease. The alien Queen herself rarely met humans directly. Most communication had been through holograms and translators. Meeting her in person was an honor, but it also carried risks. After all, humans were still new to the galaxy. He followed Mara through the embassy's gleaming halls. The walls shimmered with holographic displays showing the history of Xyronian civilization. Strange geometric patterns floated in the air, shifting and changing as they moved. Alex tried to keep his nerves under control. This was diplomacy at its finest, and at its most dangerous. When they entered the council chamber, silence fell. The room was enormous, circular and filled with representatives from Xiron's many factions. At the center sat the alien queen, Xyrala. She was taller than any human, with skin that seemed to glow faintly and eyes that shifted colors depending on her mood. Her presence commanded attention, and even the most confident diplomats felt a pang of awe. "Commander Rivers," Xyrala said, her voice musical and resonant. "I am honored to meet you in person." "The honor is mine, Your Majesty," Alex replied, bowing slightly. Xyrala nodded. Then, unexpectedly, she leaned forward. "I have come with an announcement, one that will surprise you greatly." The council members exchanged nervous glances. Alex felt his stomach tighten. Diplomatic announcements could be about alliances, wars, or trade agreements, but the Queen's tone suggested something far more personal. "I am pregnant," Xyrala said, her eyes meeting Alex's. "With your child, human." The room went silent. Even the soft hum of the chamber seemed to pause. Alex blinked, unsure if he had heard correctly. "I beg your pardon," he said finally, his voice cautious. "The child," Xyrala continued, "is the beginning of a new union between our species. It is symbolic, yes, but also real in the way Xyronians understand life. This child will carry both human and Xyronian qualities, a bridge between our worlds." Alex's mind raced. Humans knew pregnancy as a biological process, but he had studied Xyronian culture, and this seemed different. Could this be some kind of misunderstanding? Or was it part of their unique way of forming alliances? The other council members murmured among themselves. Some looked shocked, others curious. One elder stepped forward. "Your Majesty, are you certain this is wise? Humans are unpredictable." Xyrala's glowing eyes fixed on the elder. "This is not only wise, it is necessary. Humans possess qualities my people admire: creativity, adaptability, courage. This child will be a symbol of what we can achieve together." Alex swallowed hard. He didn't fully understand, but he could sense the importance of this moment. Humans had always prided themselves on problem-solving, ingenuity, and courage, traits that seemed to impress even advanced alien civilizations. "Your Majesty," he said carefully, "if this child is to be a symbol of unity, then we must understand the process fully." "How does this work?" Xyrala smiled faintly. "It is unlike your human biology. On Xiron, pregnancy can be psychic and technological, not only physical. The child is formed through a shared consciousness, a combination of our minds and abilities. You will participate mentally, not physically." Alex felt a wave of relief and amazement. "A shared consciousness?" "Yes," Xyrala said, It will allow our species to learn from each other in ways never before possible. You, human, will contribute creativity and problem solving. I will contribute psychic insight and knowledge. Together, we will guide the child's development. The concept was hard to grasp, but Alex nodded slowly. It sounded like a blend of science and something almost magical. He realized that humans might be underestimated in the galaxy, but here, their unique perspective was being celebrated. "Very well, Your Majesty," he said. "We will do whatever is necessary to ensure this hybrid child can thrive." The council chamber buzzed with energy. Humans and Zyronians began discussing logistics, how to begin the shared consciousness process, what tools would be required, and what precautions to take. Alex noticed that the aliens treated humans with a mixture of curiosity and respect. Unlike many other species, they seemed genuinely fascinated by human ingenuity. Later, As the meeting concluded, Mara approached Alex. "That was astonishing," she said. "Do you really think this will work?" Alex shrugged, a small smile on his face. "I don't know yet. But one thing is clear. Humans are about to make history on Zyron. And somehow, I think we're going to show them just how special we are." That night, Alex stood once more at the observation deck. The twin moons of Zyron reflected in the green waters below, and he thought about what lay ahead. A new era was beginning, not just for humans, but for the entire galaxy. Somewhere deep inside, a tiny spark of excitement grew. This was more than diplomacy. It was a chance to prove that humanity's creativity, courage, and determination could shine even in the most alien of worlds. As Alex looked at the stars above, he felt certain that the journey he was about to undertake with the alien queen and the hybrid child would change everything. It would not be easy. Misunderstandings, challenges, and cultural differences awaited. But humanity had a way of adapting, learning, and turning obstacles into opportunities. Tomorrow, the process would begin. And Alex Rivers knew one thing for certain: humans were ready to astonish the galaxy. The next morning, the embassy on Zyron buzzed with activity. Scientists, diplomats, and engineers from both human and Zyronian backgrounds were already assembling in the central laboratory. Holographic projections floated in the air, displaying complex patterns of energy, neural networks, and psychic flows. Commander Alex Rivers arrived with Lieutenant Mara Kim, their steps echoing on the smooth floor. Even after a full night's rest, Alex felt a mixture of excitement and nervous anticipation. Yesterday had been extraordinary, but today marked the start of something far more complex: the creation of a human-Zyronian hybrid consciousness. Inside the lab, Zyrala stood in the center of a circular platform. Her skin glowed brighter than usual, casting a soft light across the walls. Around her, alien scientists adjusted devices that hummed with quiet energy. Alex noticed that these devices weren't mechanical in the human sense. They seemed alive, responsive, almost sentient. "Commander." "Rivers," Zyrala said, her eyes shifting through shades of blue and green. "Today we begin the process. You will not only observe, you will participate. Are you prepared?" Alex swallowed hard. "Yes, Your Majesty. I am ready." "Good," she said, smiling faintly. "Then step onto the platform." Alex hesitated for a moment, glancing at Mara. She gave him an encouraging nod. With careful steps, he joined Zyrala in the center. Immediately, he felt a strange sensation, like standing in a gentle current of wind that moved through his body without touching him. The devices around them pulsed in rhythm with Zyrala's heartbeat, or perhaps her mind. "This may feel unusual," Zyrala said. "Your mind will merge partially with mine. Think of it as a conversation without words. Emotions, ideas, and images will flow between us." Alex focused on his breathing. He had faced countless stressful situations as a human diplomat, but nothing like this. Slowly, he felt a tingling at the base of his skull. Images flashed in his mind: green landscapes, glowing towers, Zyronian cities floating in the sky. Then came something stranger: patterns of thought, mathematical sequences he had never seen, ideas forming themselves into shapes and colors. He realized he could sense Zirala's thoughts, not as words, but as raw impressions, and she could sense his. She reached out with her mind, and Alex felt her curiosity, her intelligence, and her patience. It was overwhelming, yet exhilarating. "Do not be afraid," she whispered, though not with sound. Her voice was in his mind. "This is not dangerous. It is learning, sharing, and growing together." Alex nodded, trying to focus. Slowly, he began sending images back. Simple sketches of machines, ideas for solving problems, concepts of human logic and creativity. Zirala's mind received them and twisted them into patterns he had never imagined. The exchange was rapid, almost dizzying, yet exhilarating. Mara watched from the edge of the platform, taking careful notes. "Incredible," she muttered. "Humans might actually be improving the process with their creativity." "Exactly," one of the Zironian scientists said. "Their thought patterns are unlike any species we have studied. Highly adaptive, unpredictable yet precise when focused." Hours passed as Alex and Zirala continued the psychic and technological merging, the lab filled with glowing shapes and flowing lines of light, forming a holographic embryo of sorts. The symbolic representation of the hybrid child. It pulsed gently, growing in size and complexity. "It is beautiful," Alex whispered. He realized the embryo was not just a machine or a psychic image. It carried the essence of two species learning to understand each other. Zirala's mind reached out to his again, sending a wave of amusement. Alex felt it as a flutter in his chest. He realized the queen had a sense of humor. "You find this funny?" he asked in his mind. "Yes," she replied, sending a soft, laughter-like vibration. "The merging of our minds often produces unexpected reactions. Humor is one of your species' strongest gifts. It keeps the mind flexible and creative." Alex smiled. He had to admit, even in this alien process, the human mind was holding its own. And perhaps that was why the queen had chosen him. Humans could think in unpredictable ways that machines or even other alien species could not anticipate. By midday, the hybrid child's holographic form had grown more detailed. It had features that resembled both humans and Zironians, not in appearance but in the structure of thought and energy. Alex could sense its curiosity, its wonder, and even a hint of mischief. The child was learning from both of them simultaneously. "This is just the beginning," Zirala said. "The child will grow more intelligent and aware each day. It will need guidance, yes, but also freedom to explore ideas." Alex nodded. "We'll do everything we can. Humans are good at finding solutions to impossible problems. That's what makes us, well, us." The queen's glowing eyes softened. "I am beginning to see why your species is valued across the galaxy. Your creativity, your adaptability, it is remarkable." As the day progressed, minor challenges arose. Alex tried to explain a human concept of humor, and the child responded with a visual joke that made both humans and aliens laugh. Then, when Alex suggested a practical solution to an energy flow problem in the lab, the child modified the Zironian device, improving efficiency by nearly 30%. The aliens were astonished. Humans were more than capable of contributing to this hybrid process. They were enhancing it. Alex felt a surge of pride. Even far from Earth, humans could shine, could adapt, and could teach others in ways no one expected. During a break, Mara approached Alex quietly. "Commander, I think I understand now why the Queen chose you. She doesn't just want a hybrid. She wants a partner who can think differently, challenge her, and expand her understanding." Alex nodded slowly. "It's a huge responsibility. But humans, why don't we rise to challenges like this? We learn, we adapt, and we find solutions. That's what makes us special." The afternoon passed with further experiments. Alex learned to send abstract concepts into the child's holographic form, which in turn responded in ways that seemed almost alive. The child could solve problems, imagine new machines, and even predict minor outcomes before they happened. By evening, Zyrala called an end to the session. Alex felt exhausted, but exhilarated. He had entered this process unsure and nervous, yet now he felt a sense of accomplishment. The hybrid child was growing, not just as a concept but as a living intelligence capable of bridging two species. "This is only the first day," Zyrala said, her voice calm but firm. "There will be challenges ahead, misunderstandings and learning curves. But together we will succeed. The child is a symbol of what humans and Zyronians can achieve together. You, Alex Rivers, are the beginning of a new era." Alex looked at the glowing holographic embryo, pulsing softly between them. He realized the truth in her words. Humanity had always faced challenges, adapted to new worlds, and risen above expectations. On Zyron, they were doing it again. As the Dio lab emptied, Alex and Mara walked to the observation deck. The twin moons hung low in the green sky, casting soft reflections on the city below. Alex couldn't help but smile. "Mara, humans are going to astonish them, aren't we?" "Yes," she said, smiling back. "And I think this is just the beginning." Alex knew she was right. The hybrid child was more than a scientific experiment. It was a chance to prove once again that humans were capable of incredible things. That creativity, courage, and curiosity were not just words, they were what made humans extraordinary. And somewhere deep in his mind a quiet thrill grew. The journey had only just begun. There would be new discoveries, challenges, and perhaps even conflicts with other species who didn't understand the bond forming here. But Alex Rivers was certain of one thing. Humans were ready. They were ready to teach, to learn, and to astonish the galaxy in ways no one could predict. The days that followed were unlike anything Alex Rivers had experienced in his life. The hybrid child continued to grow, both in intelligence and in the depth of its understanding. But with growth came unexpected challenges, some small, others far more complicated. It began with a minor miscommunication during one morning session. Alex had suggested a simple experiment, combining human logic with Zyronian energy manipulation to stabilize the child's holographic form. "It's straightforward," he said, sketching a diagram in midair with the holographic pen. "We adjust the energy nodes here and..." Before he could finish, the Zyronian scientist had already activated the devices. Light flared across the lab in unpredictable patterns. The hybrid child's holographic form flickered violently, almost as if it were startled. Zyrala's eyes glowed bright orange, a color Alex had learned meant irritation. "Patience, human," she said, not unkindly. "Your eagerness is admirable, but your haste can be dangerous." Alex blinked. I just wanted to help." "I know," she replied, her voice calm once more. "But sometimes, understanding comes from observation, not action. Even the wisest human cannot rush growth." Alex nodded, embarrassed but determined. He realized that humans often acted quickly, solving problems by trial and error. On Zyron, such impulsiveness could have consequences. Still, he felt proud of human creativity, knowing it would eventually find balance with Zyronian patience. By midday, the child's holographic form had stabilized. It looked like a swirling combination of light, patterns, and intelligence, flickering between human and Zyronian shapes. Alex approached it carefully, focusing his mind on the task of understanding. "Hello?" he said gently, projecting the word into the child's consciousness. The child responded immediately, not with words, but with a cascade of colors and shapes that mirrored Alex's intention. Slowly, the patterns coalesced into images, a human hand reaching out to an alien one, energy flowing smoothly between them. Alex smiled. "You understand me," he said, awed. The child pulsed in affirmation. Zyrala observed quietly, her glowing eyes softening. "It learns quickly, faster than even we expected. But growth comes with challenges, as you will see." Those challenges arrived sooner than expected. Later that afternoon, a delegation of rival Zyronian scientists entered the lab. They had been skeptical of the hybrid project from the start, fearing that humans would disrupt their culture and processes. "This is highly irregular," one of the scientists said sharply. "You cannot simply combine human minds with Zironian essence. The consequences are unknown." Alex straightened. "We are aware of the risks. That's why the process is carefully monitored. But the child is learning, growing and improving, demonstrating abilities that could benefit both species." The scientist narrowed their eyes. "Or it could fail catastrophically. Are humans prepared for such failure?" Alex took a deep breath. "Humans face challenges all the time. We adapt. We problem solve. And we find solutions where others see only obstacles. That's what makes us remarkable." The scientist hesitated, clearly unconvinced. Zirala stepped forward, her presence commanding attention. "The child is not a failure. It is a symbol of unity. If humans possess the qualities you underestimate, it is only because you have not witnessed them fully." The tension in the room eased slightly, but Alex could feel the skepticism lingering. He knew humans would have to prove themselves not just through words but through results. Over the next several days, misunderstandings continued to occur, but each one became a lesson. During a training session, Alex tried to teach the hybrid child a simple human game, rolling a ball to reach a target. The child misinterpreted the instructions, sending a wave of energy that disrupted the lab's holographic systems. Lights flickered, panels spun, and several alien scientists jumped. Back in alarm. Alex laughed nervously. "I think we need to simplify the rules." Zirala's eyes glimmered with amusement. "Even in failure it learns. That is the essence of growth." By the evening, the child had corrected its mistakes and even improved the exercise, finding a way to combine human logic with Zironian energy manipulation. Alex couldn't help but feel a surge of pride. Humans had a way of turning errors into lessons, and that seemed to impress even the most skeptical aliens. As the hybrid child became more advanced, its abilities began to astonish everyone in the embassy. It could project images, solve complex problems, and even anticipate potential challenges before they occurred. One morning, it suggested a redesign of the energy conduits in the lab, increasing efficiency by nearly 40%. The alien scientists watched in awe. "It is remarkable," one whispered. "I have never seen such rapid adaptation." Alex smiled, pride swelling in his chest. "That's humans," he said quietly to Mara. "We figure things out. We push boundaries, and we do it in ways no one else can." But challenges were not limited to the lab. Cultural misunderstandings arose quickly. During a ceremonial dinner with the Zironian Council, Alex accidentally used a gesture considered insulting on Ziron, placing his hand over his heart while bowing. The council murmured in disapproval, and Zirala's eyes flashed orange briefly. Alex froze. I meant no offense," he said. Zirala placed a reassuring hand on his arm. "Do not worry, Commander. These misunderstandings are part of the process. Humans are different, and that is why we value them. But you must learn our ways if you are to guide the child effectively." Over time, Alex began to understand the subtle nuances of Zironian culture. He realized that humans often relied on directness and practicality, while Zironians emphasized harmony and intuition. Bridging these differences would be essential not only for the child's development, but for the growing relationship between the two species. Meanwhile, the hybrid child began to develop its own personality. It exhibited curiosity, humor, and creativity, combining the best traits of humans and Zironians. One morning, Alex found it projecting a holographic maze of colors and shapes, designed to challenge both human and alien minds simultaneously. "It's testing us," Alex said, eyes wide. "It wants to see how we solve problems." Mara laughed. "It's already smarter than half the diplomats I know." Zirala's eyes glimmered with pride. "It is learning from both of us, and soon it will teach us lessons we could not imagine." As the hybrid child grew, Alex remained aware of the larger stakes. Rival factions within the Zironian Council were still skeptical, watching human actions closely. Some feared that humans, with their adaptability and ingenuity, might dominate or disrupt Zironian society. Others were simply curious, intrigued by the possibilities of this unprecedented collaboration. One evening, Alex and Zirala met privately in the lab. The child floated nearby, pulsing softly in acknowledgement of their conversation. "You handle this well, Alex," Zirala said. "Humans are often underestimated, but you demonstrate what your species can achieve." Alex shook his head, modestly. "I'm just doing what humans do best, solving problems and adapting. But the child is something extraordinary. I've never experienced anything like it." Zirala smiled. "And neither have we. It is a new beginning, a chance for our species to grow together. But be aware, the journey will not be easy. Misunderstandings, challenges, and rivalries will arise. You must remain patient and vigilant." "I will," Alex promised. "Humans are ready to face whatever comes. That's who we are." As they spoke, the hybrid child projected a small, playful image, a combination of human laughter and Zironian light patterns. Alex laughed, feeling a deep connection with the being that was part human, part alien, and entirely unique. That night, as he looked out over the glowing city of Xiron, Alex realized how far humans had come. Far from Earth, in a world of alien wonders and challenges, humans were proving themselves once again. They could learn, adapt, and inspire. They could overcome misunderstandings, build alliances, and astonish even the most advanced civilizations. The hybrid child was not just an experiment or a project. It was a testament to human creativity, courage, and ingenuity. It was a symbol of what humans could achieve when faced with the unknown. Alex felt a quiet thrill. Tomorrow would bring more challenges, more lessons, and more opportunities to prove humanity's worth. And somehow, he knew that the hybrid child would continue to astonish everyone, humans and aliens alike. Because humans had a way of turning obstacles into triumphs, misunderstandings into understanding, and possibilities into realities. Weeks had passed since Alex Rivers first joined Zirala on the Zironian platform. The hybrid child had grown beyond anything the humans or aliens had anticipated. What started as flickering holographic patterns now had form, behavior, and a presence that made everyone pause in awe. The central lab was filled with soft glowing light, radiating from the child's form. Alex and Zirala stood on opposite sides of the circular platform, carefully observing the being that represented the merging of two species. "It is magnificent," Alex whispered, unable to hide his amazement. The child's patterns pulsed, like living circuits constantly changing, learning, and experimenting. Zirala's eyes glimmered. "It is more than magnificent. It is proof that two species, no matter how different, can create something entirely new. It is the culmination of trust, collaboration, and understanding." The child shifted in the center of the platform, sending ripples of colored light across the walls. Then, almost playfully, it projected an image of Alex reaching out to a Zironian citizen, hands almost touching but not quite. The image radiated warmth, curiosity, and connection. Alex realized immediately that the child wasn't just intelligent, it was empathetic. It understood emotions, human and alien alike. It could observe and respond in ways no one had expected. "Commander Rivers," Zirala said, her voice calm but commanding. "The child is ready for its first collaborative exercise with the city." Alex nodded, his mind racing with questions. "Collaborative exercise?" "Yes," Zirala explained. "It will project its consciousness into the city systems, interact with both humans and Zironians, and demonstrate what it can contribute. It is time for the next stage." The city, normally buzzing with activity, now seemed to pause. Citizens gathered near the central square, curious about the hybrid child. Rumors had spread quickly and many were skeptical. But curiosity was stronger than fear. Alex and Zirala guided the child toward the city's holographic network. The child's form expanded into a web of light, connecting with public information, displays, transportation systems, energy flows, and communication networks. Humans and Zyronians alike gasped as it manipulated the systems with ease, demonstrating coordination and intelligence far beyond the individual species. "Look at it," Alex said to Mara, who was taking notes nearby. "It's combining human logic with Zyronian energy manipulation perfectly. It's creating efficiency and harmony at the same time." Mara's eyes widened. "It's astonishing. This is what humans can do when combined with other species in collaboration. We're not just observers, we're innovators." The child then created a visual demonstration in the city square: holographic bridges connecting buildings, smooth flowing traffic, optimized energy grids, and public displays teaching both human and Zyronian children new problem-solving techniques. The crowd erupted in amazement. Zirala turned to Alex. "Do you see, Commander? Humans possess creativity and adaptability that even advanced Zyronians can admire. And together we are capable of progress neither species could achieve alone." Alex nodded, pride swelling in his chest. "We've always adapted. It's what humans do best. And now, it seems the child is showing that to the entire city." The hybrid child pulsed with energy and excitement. Then, in a gentle and playful display, it created a small challenge for the citizens. A holographic puzzle appeared in the square, a complex structure of energy nodes that could only be solved by combining human creativity and Zyronian intuition. Children, scientists, and citizens worked together, laughing and communicating across species. Alex watched in amazement. Humans were teaching, guiding, and solving problems alongside aliens, and the hybrid child's creation made it effortless. "This is more than a symbol," Alex said to Mara quietly. "It's a living proof that humans can inspire collaboration and creativity anywhere, even in an alien world." Zirala's eyes shimmered in agreement. "And it is only the beginning. As the child grows, its abilities will continue to expand, and so will the understanding between our species." However, not all reactions were positive. Some alien factions who had previously been skeptical now whispered in concern. They feared that the hybrid child might disrupt the social or political balance. They watched carefully, their eyes narrowing as humans and Zyronians celebrated together. Alex noticed the tension. He knew humans had to prove themselves not just through words but through results. "We'll have to demonstrate that this child brings unity, not disruption," he said to Zirala. "Yes," she replied, "and humans are uniquely equipped for that. Your creativity, adaptability, and courage will guide this process. That is why the Council allowed your participation." The day continued with collaborative exercises. The hybrid child guided a group of engineers and scientists to build a new energy conduit system, combining human mechanical intuition with Zyronian energy flow techniques. The system worked flawlessly, reducing energy loss by nearly 50%. The crowd cheered. Alex couldn't help but feel pride for humanity. Even in a world light years from Earth, humans were proving their value, ingenuity, and uniqueness. They could collaborate, innovate, and inspire in ways no one had anticipated. During a private moment, Zirala spoke to Alex. "Do you realize, Commander, that humans are changing perceptions across this planet? Even the most skeptical factions are beginning to see your species as essential." Alex smiled. "I think we always have been essential. We just needed a chance to show it." The hybrid child pulsed near them, sending a wave of light that felt like approval. Alex laughed softly. "I think it likes me." Zirala's eyes glimmered with amusement. "It likes all who embrace learning, collaboration, and respect. And you, human, have embraced its growth fully." As evening approached, the city lights glowed alongside the hybrid child's projections. Humans and Zyronians walked together, shared ideas, and laughed. Alex realized that something extraordinary had happened. The child wasn't just a symbol or experiment. It was a bridge. It had begun to unite two species, teaching both humans and aliens that collaboration, creativity, and understanding were the keys to progress. That night, Alex and Mara returned to the embassy's observation deck. The twin moons reflected off, The green waters in the city below pulsed with life. "Mara," Alex said quietly, "do you see it? Humans are showing what we can do, even here. We're not just surviving. We're inspiring, teaching, and shaping the future." Mara smiled. "It's incredible. And it's just the beginning. The child is teaching us too. Maybe this is what humans always do best: find solutions, adapt, and create opportunities where others see obstacles." Alex nodded, feeling a quiet thrill. He realized that humanity had once again proven itself. Far from Earth in a world of alien wonders, humans had not only survived, they had led, they had inspired, they had astonished. And the hybrid child pulsed softly nearby, a living testament to what humans and aliens could achieve when working together. The journey was far from over. New challenges awaited, rival factions still lingered, and the child's abilities would continue to evolve in unpredictable ways. But Alex felt confident. Humans were capable of anything. Their ingenuity, courage, and curiosity could not only meet challenges, they could overcome them, reshape worlds, and inspire generations. For the first time, Alex understood the true magnitude of humanity's potential. Even on a distant alien planet, humans could astonish the galaxy. And tomorrow, the hybrid child would grow even further, its intelligence and empathy expanding in ways that would continue to surprise and inspire. Because humans had a way of turning possibilities into realities. The day had arrived when the hybrid child would take its first official role outside the laboratory. The central square of Xiron's capital was alive with anticipation. Citizens gathered in large numbers, humans, Xironians, and representatives of other interstellar species who had traveled to witness the historic event. Commander Alex Rivers stood near Xirala, feeling a mixture of pride, excitement, and nervousness. The hybrid child hovered in the center of the square, glowing softly, pulsating with patterns of energy and light. Its consciousness was now mature enough to interact with the city independently, guided by the lessons Alex and Xirala had imparted over the past weeks. "This is the culmination of our work," Xirala said, her voice resonant with authority and awe. "What you will witness today is not just the child's abilities, but the beginning of a new era. An era where humans and Xironians collaborate openly, learning from one another and inspiring the galaxy." Alex nodded. "Humans have always risen to challenges. We've adapted, we've solved problems, and we've inspired. Now we get to show that to the entire galaxy." The child pulsed brightly, sensing Alex's presence. Then, in a fluid motion, it expanded into the city's networks. Lights in the buildings synchronized, holographic screens displayed welcoming messages, and transportation systems adjusted seamlessly. Citizens gasped in amazement as the hybrid child demonstrated abilities that combined human creativity, Xironian energy manipulation, and its own emerging intelligence. "Look at it," Alex whispered to Mara, who stood beside him. "It's coordinating everything in real time." "This is beyond anything we imagined," Mara nodded. "And it's teaching the citizens too. Everyone is learning from it, humans and Xironians alike." The child projected a series of interactive simulations in the square. Citizens were invited to solve puzzles, test energy systems, and create small innovations using tools provided by the hybrid child. Laughter and cheers filled the air as humans and Xironians worked together, solving problems side by side. Alex watched, feeling a swell of pride. This was what humans did best: collaborating, innovating, and inspiring those around them. Even far from Earth, humanity's strengths were evident. Xirala stepped forward, addressing the crowd. "Citizens of Xiron and honored guests from across the galaxy, today marks a milestone. Through collaboration, understanding, and trust, we have created something unprecedented, a being that represents the unity of our species and the potential of all intelligent life. This hybrid child is a symbol, not just of science, but of hope, creativity, and mutual respect." The crowd erupted in applause. Alex could see skepticism melting into admiration, even among those who had doubted the project from the start. Humans were being recognized not just as visitors or diplomats, but as essential partners in shaping the future. The hybrid child then projected a holographic demonstration of solutions to real-world problems in Xiron, optimizing energy grids, improving public transportation, and designing sustainable housing structures. Each solution combined human innovation and Xyronian energy techniques. Citizens clapped and cheered, realizing that collaboration had tangible benefits. Alex approached the child carefully. "You've grown so much," he said, projecting the words into its consciousness. The child responded with patterns of light, morphing into shapes that represented a human hand reaching for an alien one, then both hands holding a glowing sphere together. Alex smiled, understanding the message: unity, collaboration, and shared achievement. Xyrala's eyes glimmered. "It is learning, Commander. It understands the essence of partnership. Humans have given it creativity, courage, and problem-solving. I have given it insight, patience, and knowledge. Together, we have shaped a new form of intelligence." Alex felt a sense of awe. The hybrid child was more than an experiment. It was a living testament to humanity's unique qualities, the qualities that had allowed humans to survive, adapt, and thrive in every environment they had ever encountered. The day progressed. Other alien delegates began to interact with the hybrid child. They were amazed at its ability to adapt quickly, understand multiple perspectives, and propose solutions that respected both human and Xyronian values. Some skeptics quietly admitted that humans were indeed remarkable. Alex turned to Mara. "Do you see that? Humans are astonishing them. Even aliens who doubted us are beginning to recognize our strengths." Mara nodded, smiling. "It's incredible. The child isn't just teaching them. It's teaching them about humans." By late afternoon, the child had completed several demonstrations of practical applications. It had designed a water purification system using Xyronian energy manipulation, improved the efficiency of interstellar communication networks, and even developed educational programs for both species' children. Each achievement highlighted the value of human creativity and ingenuity. The crowd watched in silent admiration, realizing that this hybrid being, part human, part Xyronian, was proof that collaboration could create solutions beyond the imagination of a single species. Xyrala addressed Alex privately for a moment. "Do you understand, Commander? Humans have become indispensable here. Your creativity, courage, and adaptability have shaped this project. You have proven what your species can achieve." Alex smiled humbly. "I think humans always rise to challenges. We find solutions, adapt, and inspire. That's who we are. But this child, is proof that together, anything is possible." Xyrala nodded. "Yes, together we are stronger, and this is only the beginning." As evening fell, the hybrid child's glow softened, projecting calming patterns over the city. Citizens of Xiron, humans and aliens alike, looked up at the shimmering lights and felt a sense of hope, unity, and possibility. Alex and Mara stood on the observation deck of the embassy, watching the city below. "We've done it," Mara said, softly. "Humans have shown them what we're capable of. And the child, it's extraordinary." Alex nodded. "It's proof that humans can inspire, innovate, and lead, not through force but through creativity, courage, and collaboration. Even on an alien world, we can make a difference." Xyrala approached them, her glowing presence serene. "Tomorrow, the Council will formally recognize the child as a symbol of unity between our species. Humans will be acknowledged not only as allies, but as partners in shaping the galaxy's future." Alex felt a wave of pride and humility. "It's incredible. Humanity has always faced challenges, but this shows what we can do when we work with others, when we adapt and contribute our unique abilities." Xyrala's eyes shimmered with approval. "And that is why you, human, were chosen. Your species possesses qualities that inspire others, overcome obstacles, and shape the future. You are extraordinary." As night settled over Xiron, Alex reflected on everything that had happened, from the Queen's surprising announcement to the challenges of merging minds, teaching and learning. Humans had proven themselves once again. They had adapted to a strange world, collaborated with an alien species, and created something unprecedented. A hybrid being capable of bridging entire civilizations. He thought of Earth, of humanity's long history of innovation, courage, and creativity. And he realized that these qualities were not just valuable on their home planet. They were qualities that could astonish the galaxy. In the quiet glow of the twin moons and the pulsing light of the hybrid child, Alex felt certain of one thing. Humanity had a role to play in shaping the future of the galaxy. They had risen to the challenge, inspired others, and shown that intelligence, creativity, and courage were universal strengths. The hybrid child pulsed gently nearby, a living symbol of unity, collaboration, and potential. And Alex knew that this was just the beginning. Humans would continue to astonish, innovate, and inspire, not only on Xiron but across the stars. Because wherever humans went, they brought ingenuity, adaptability, and hope. And the galaxy had begun to notice. As he looked at the city below, Alex smiled. A new era had begun, an era where humans and Xyronians would learn from each other, solve problems together, and inspire generations to come.